Hi, this is Rooney207. Welcome back. For today's episode, we'll talk about League of Kingdoms and their upcoming update here. This is part of their AMA update. It's the Season of Legends, and there are a couple pieces, and this is pretty exciting. It's actually a large game-changing update. They did not provide the time frame for that. So the first initial update that was brought up by Jay at N Plus is that the Drago update cost, the breeding cost, has been increased by 30%. It wasn't clear to me whether it was just 30% increase on the DST token itself, or both the DST and the LOKA side of the house. I did not see a large movement in LOKA, but the DST did go up to 30%. So I'm assuming the DST. I have not tried to breed a Drago, so I do not know the answer to that piece of it. The season of updates or the season of legends refers to the tier 6 troops. We're currently at tier 5, and these are all the updates and the items that are covered within the AMA itself by Jay. And here we have the DSA pledging piece and the DSA VIP shop. We don't know the exact amount and the level or the tier that's going to go, or the item that will go into the DSA VIP shop. So we'll learn a little bit more as they go through that process. And I think you're now able to cancel the resource minting piece, and I'm not sure if that reflects the actual. There's no cost to it, or you get everything back. I'm not 100% sure on what that means. And then the DSA mining piece, where it also contributes to your land development points. So I think that's good for if you have a couple of Dragos and you're out there, you're minting, you get incremental. And I don't know what percentage or the numbers it'll increase for your land development point. And I think this is good for the newer players as well, because a lot of the older players, they had the benefit of getting a lot of their original resource, the land development resource tokens to their shrine, and that was in the early part of the game, and that gave them a huge comparative advantage to the newer players. So I think this is a good opportunity, because for newer players who decides to invest in the Drago program, they at least get the incremental benefit, and hopefully over time can catch up slowly to some of the older players. So an example is like my land, I'm at land level 5, and it's nearly impossible for me to go from land level 5 to land level 6, just because the program and the number of people who have gotten to level 6 plus have been significantly higher in terms of points, and it just makes it really infinitely difficult for me to catch up and get to land level 6. So no matter how many crystals I add to it, I think I'm close to 2 million points on my land, and I'm still far away from getting close to level 6. So that's an example. Maybe it could help a player like myself. I think the Drago buff and the type of buffs for each color of the Dragos, and its application, I think Jay had mentioned that the dev team's going to work on that, and they'll produce a guide to kind of help through their process. And I think their most exciting update and part of the conversation for this particular AMA, it's the tier 6 troops, and that also brings in, so they decided to add two variants, basically two of the infantry, cavalry, and archer piece of it. And so one of it is for actual PvP, and then the other one is PvE, which is the monsters, the Spartoids, and some of the various combinations of that. And I think the buffs and having two different types of troops, I'm not sure how that will play into the actual, because currently we have a troop cap of 3.75 million, and I imagine that'll have to be increased to accommodate the tier 6 and also the type of the two variants, because I would imagine that the player base would like to have a certain number of these types of tier 6 troops. And also the other feature, which is nice, which is currently not available in the game, which is the upgrading of the troops. So they're currently, if you wanted to go from tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you have to delete them, and then you have to retrain then the tier progression of the troops. And then the other piece is that Jay had mentioned that there's a possibility that DSA may be involved with the upgrade. So perhaps a tier 5 to tier 6. There may be that if you just wanted to upgrade them, you can use DSA. I'm not sure how that actually works. I understand the sync value, the additional sync value, but I'm not sure the motivation. If, let's say, for me as a player, I would probably just forego the DSA usage to upgrade. I would just try to kill the T5 during continent versus continent or some kind of kill event, and then I'll just train the new tier 6. Yes, it's more expensive, but it's also resource intensive and speed ups. And so I rather use that versus DSA. DSA brings a little bit higher economic value, econometrics model. So I'm not sure how many players would do that. Maybe for the whales, they would. Not 100% sure. And I think it just depends on how many troops, too. The other consideration is that the castle level will go up to level 35 along with all the accompanying buildings as well, and it'll probably need to use the token that will have to upgrade the building as well for each one. So it'll be a long expensive process, I believe. And I think the nice part is that they're not integrating the DSA model into these building upgrades, so it enables free-to-play players to continue to be able to progress and get to the highest level of the game. Granted, they may not have the best city skins, or they may not have the best treasures, they may not have the horn, they may not have a lot of the highest meta Dragos, but at least it allows them to participate in the game at the highest level and be able to feel that they're participating and being able to make a meaningful contribution to their continent for the various events. The other thing that he had mentioned is the VIP level expansion. So they'll most likely expand from VIP 17 to either 18 or 19, or both 18 and 19. And the other piece is there's going to be 6 new mythical treasures piece of it. So that'll be exciting, and we'll see how that goes. There's going to be new quest and package rework as well. And Jay also mentioned there's a PFP project that they're working with the other crypto company, Altera Collab. And depending on if you have 50 of the same profile pick that you'd like to use for your alliance, let's say, you can request that and they'll integrate it into the game somehow. Or I'm not exactly sure of the benefits of it. Maybe increased gatherings, kind of like if you have 20 Dragos or something like that in your alliance. That's a possibility. And then he also announced the Community X airdrop, where you can participate based on your title and some of the achievements you have in the Discord and ownership of the land, the Dragos, things like that. So we'll learn a little bit more, and I think the one piece that we're left, and we'll cover this at the bottom of this, is that there's a new LAN game mode that's going to be added to the game. And so I'm excited to learn a little bit more about that. That could involve potentially another token set, and also increase the value for LAN. And in terms of like the universal income, basic income and model and things like that, which I believe League of Kingdoms is creating a unique model for the Web3 gaming industry. So this is from a picture perspective. These are the 2 cavalry units for whether you're doing PvP or the PvE mode, and these are the tier 6. And these are the infantry guys, 2 infantries. I don't have the picture for the archer piece. I think that one went by too quick, and maybe. So these are some of the treasures. This is like the dagger, the new mythic treasure class. and this is the Mirror Truth. And the other item that he had mentioned is that there's going to be a platinum chest that's going to come in every, he had mentioned maybe 4 or 5 days or something like that, Jay had referred to. And this will be nice because we've received the drop once in a while from the Alliance when it's made purchase. And sometimes you get some pretty nice items. And I'm not sure if it's going to be the exact same design or different. And also, I I imagine that VIP 18 or 19 will have some of these platinum chests as part of the daily drop as well. I'm thinking as a possibility. And then hopefully it'll accelerate. So here you get extra gold chests and things like that as potential for the higher VIP level. And then this is the picture from the roadmap for their PFP integration program. So we'll see how it goes if you have 50 or more of the same avatar type profile. And this is one of the community X airdrop that he was just trying to show. So there was at the end a free airdrop that we can put in our wallet within the community there towards the end of the AMA. So that I'm curious to see when we get that airdrop what it looks like. And then the other piece is going to be for the various titles and things like that as well. That's a separate one. So I do not have either one of them yet. Hopefully he'll do the airdrop. So this is the different game mode, the additional game mode that he had put up, and as you can see, it's overlaid with the map of the of League of Kingdoms, the land map itself, and how it's gonna work. So we don't know all the details, and as you can see, there's like different types of stages, dungeons, and raids, and it'll all kind of overlay within your land system. Management system. So it'll be interesting. We'll see. I'm excited to learn this. I think anytime you can get some kind of add-on for these new game modes, and especially it's integrated into the LAN or the Dragos component, it's exciting to kind of get that experience. And this is one of the other pictures that Jay had shared with us in terms of what it looks like, potentially what the LAN mode, the additional LAN mode could be. And you just go in. I would imagine you walk around and things like that. So this is it for the Season of Legends AMA, and I'm excited to learn a little bit more information, including the dates, the ETA, when they're going to be released, or it's going to be released in modular phases and things like that. This is it for this video. Thank you so much for your time, and talk to you later.